right now is down about 21%, despite beating analysts' earnings and revenue expectations. Shares of the documents database heavyweight swooning in part because of its first quarter and full year guidance disappointed. MongoDB has really been one of those meteoric rise stocks. It skyrocketed to $585 a share back in November of 2021. But right now, it's at $256 a share. Joining me now, MongoDB's new CEO, CJ Desai. CJ, first of all, welcome to the show, and we're glad you're here. We appreciate it. You are getting some kudos, at least from some in the Wall Street community, who say this is a buy, no matter what people think at the moment. But tell us what the street and investors, at least at the moment, have wrong with the sell-off.
Thank you, Liz. Thank you for having me. Delighted to be here. I would say we guided for Q4, and we beat that guidance across every single metric. Whether you look at top-line growth, they were all Liz two handles, as in 27% revenue growth. Our Atlas growth was 29%. We beat on operating margin by 23%. And when I look at even for the year, we printed excellent numbers for our last fiscal year that ended on January 31st. I think what happened is that the expectations got a little ahead of itself. And because of that, there was some disappointment. We guided, when I look at even the guidance that you just mentioned, when I look at the guidance for the year, we gave a range, but our top end of the guidance was right in smack of what the consensus was at. And the same thing for our Q1 guidance. So from my perspective, that's a harsh reaction because our Q4 was extremely strong. We feel very good about the business. Many companies, large enterprises like JP Chase or Adobe Corporation, when they are building AI agents, they are selecting MongoDB.
They're picking you guys.
And similarly, say it again?
They're picking you guys. I get it. And,
yes.
And the market isn't necessarily rational, but it is a short-term voting machine. And right now, perhaps it's just so incredibly nervous about AI and the effect of it on the software as a service names. But presumably, companies like yours, which is more of a database software company, would be a little bit more immune to any of the issues that AI would present. So why do you think you're getting painted with that same brush?
Absolutely. Not, Liz, I've been in software industry for a long time, started as a software engineer at actually Oracle Corporation. And database software, like you said, is infrastructure software. Infrastructure software, specifically database as an industry, has existed for 60 plus years through various platform transitions, whether it's internet, mobile, and now AI. So when we speak to customers, they say they want to build on MongoDB with AI. And we are already seeing some of the examples that I shared yesterday as part of the Q4 print were 11 Labs. I mean, that company is at 11 billion valuation, and they are built on MongoDB. Emergent, they reached 100 million ARR, AI native company, in 8 months out of India, completely built on MongoDB. And what we are seeing in enterprises like Adobe and others, that they are building their agentic workloads also on MongoDB. So yes, we are not in the same application layer software. We are infrastructure layer software, which is very persistent, very durable. And I feel very good when I see innovation today. I'm in Palo Alto, around many AI native companies. I met a couple of them yesterday, and they are very excited to be building on MongoDB. So yes, we should not be clubbed with just the overall software sector. Our moat is very durable, and we continue to leverage AI for AI, but nobody asks me a question. They always say, tell us, CJ, we are building on MongoDB, and how do we do that in the best efficient possible way, whether it's a frontier model company all the way to a large bank or a healthcare company.
Well, like it or not, you guys have been clobbered down 40% year to date. Canaccord Genuity is coming out and maintaining a buy on the stock. I think that's important to impart to some viewers here. But when you look at AI, is it more of a threat than a positive? How do you view AI as it pertains to weaving it in your business?
So Liz, I would say right now, one of the things from a software standpoint, just in general, whether you look at the Main Street or the Wall Street, that optimism is a very undervalued currency, and we all could benefit from the investment in optimism. And when it comes to AI, AI is absolutely a tailwind for MongoDB. As companies are creating durable agents, agents that could scale inference and do the work for whatever domain or a use case they are working for, or whether there are agents in consumer world and other world for, say, an airlines or agentic commerce retail, we believe that this will be a real tailwind. We do not have a disruption risk in the world of AI. Of course, we have to serve our customers at the highest level as they are building their AI agents on MongoDB.
Yes.
And we want to treat AI agents also as a first-class citizen, like Kevin, Elliott, and the team have done when they treated human developers as a first-class people that MongoDB can be leveraged for building great application. So whether it's humans or whether it's agents, they will always build on MongoDB, and that's what makes me very optimistic.
CJ, I need an honest answer to this. Are we going to see a headline out of MongoDB at some point in the next couple of months that is similar to what Block and Jack Dorsey just put out, and that is mass layoffs because of AI? Or are you hiring? Can you give us some granularity on that?
We are absolutely hiring, and we are leveraging AI, Liz, and we are like every other firm, figuring out use cases for our go-to-market machine so that we can accelerate our go-to-market motion. We are using coding assistance for our engineers. But given the role we play in the infrastructure software, what we are seeing right now is that customers are relying on us to innovate even faster. And to innovate even faster, even though we are using AI agents, we will continue to hire. And if you go today to our website and look at that, we have many, many open jobs, so we'll continue to hire.
That is good news to the humans among us, CJ. Thank you very much for coming on the show. Please come back.
Thank you. I will. Thank you, Liz.